Hi there, I'm Mike Price and I'm here at the Clam restaurant and we're going to be making cherrystone stuffies today. It's a classic dish. Every cuisine almost has some kind of version of stuffed clams. These are kind of particular to Rhode Island. It definitely has that Italian influence. And I think the real special thing about the stuffed clams is the amount of stuffed clams that you can fit back into the shell. To get started, we're going to take a little bit of oil. In that oil, we're going to brown a little bit of sliced garlic. Make sure you get a little toast and a little sizzle. Get ready to do one of my favorite sounds in the kitchen. This is one of my favorite sounds. The crackling of thyme. And this is one of my second favorite sounds in the kitchen. That's a little bit of dry vermouth, and then we're gonna add our cherrystone clams. Vermouth has got a little bit higher alcohol. I feel like it really adds that kind of classic taste to it, a little bit heavier than white wine. Then we're gonna put a lid right on top. We'll let that cook for about 8 or 10 minutes till they start to open up. And while you do that, we're gonna start our stuffing. We've got a little bit of diced pancetta, medium hot pan. You wanna make sure that you get that nice and brown. Right as we get towards the end, we're gonna add a little bit more of the sliced garlic into the pancetta. Give that one good last stir. Kind of toast up the garlic a little bit. And then once the pancetta and the garlic are nicely brown and toasted, and we kind of want to stop that cooking process, we're going to add our vegetables, which are going to cool off the pan a little bit, stop the garlic from browning. Equal parts of onion, celery, and red peppers. It also adds a little bit of moisture to the pan, which is going to deglaze the bottom of that. Now we're just going to cook those vegetables a little bit till they're nice and tender. Right when it gets to the point I like, I'll go ahead and add a little bit of fresh-made clam stock. We're just going to deglaze the pan a little bit with that, and basically cook it till it's almost dry again. It's going to help our vegetables get nice and soft. Add a little bit more of that clam flavor to the stuffing. I'll check our clams. Starting to open up. We're getting there. We're getting there. We added just a little bit of vermouth, but as the clams start to open up, the juice from the clams start to come out, and we really get a lot of broth in there. I'm going to add a little bit of chopped chives. Adds just a little bit of color to it. Now you can see the vegetables are almost dry. They're starting to get nice and tender. And we're going to pull that out, and we're going to put it right into a bowl. We're going to go ahead and start chopping some of the cherrystone clams that we've taken out of the shell. Just a rough chop. We want to keep the pieces not super small, but not huge. If you get 6 or 8 pieces out of each clam, that's probably about what you're looking for. And the ratio that I like to go is pretty much a little bit more clams than vegetables. So we're looking for almost half and half. Almost there. We got our chopped clams, about half and half. So we're going to add our chopped clams into the stuffing. Go ahead and give it a good toss. As you can see, it's definitely heavy on the clams and light on the stuffing part. If I had to guess, there's probably 2 clams stuffed back into each one of these. Now we're going to go ahead and make our breadcrumbs to go on top. I've got a little bit of panko breadcrumbs here. We're going to add a little bit of the chopped chives to it. I've got a little bit of lemon zest. These are actually Meyer lemons, which is actually a lemon crossed with a tangerine, which has got a very specific flavor. And then I've got just a little bit of melted butter. I'm going to drizzle that over the breadcrumbs. That's going to help it toast. We'll go ahead and give that a good toss. Make sure you get the lemon zest and the parsley and the butter all mixed with the breadcrumbs evenly. We got our stuffing, we got our breadcrumbs, and we have the shells from the clams that we cleaned. So what we're going to do is take one of our clam shells, kind of dip it in the mix. Make sure we get as much clams filled up as much as possible. And then we're just going to coat it with the breadcrumbs. Just a small coating of the breadcrumbs just to kind of get that toasty crunchiness on the outside. You know, I like to give probably 3 or 4 per order, something like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bake those in a 350-degree oven for about 12 to 15 minutes. Go and toss those right in. So those have been in about 12 or 15 minutes. We're going to reach in and pull them out. That's what we got. We got a little bit of sizzling happening. Then we're going to go ahead and put those on the plate. Thanks for watching. These are the cherrystone stuffies at the Clam.